We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept.
Welcome back to the HVAC Accelerated Success Program. My name is Ben Middleton and I'm the National Sales Training Manager for both the Goodman and Amana brands. To put a man on the moon, NASA had to develop the capabilities of their people and recognize the limitations of each individual on that team. Astronaut candidates undergo a training and evaluation period lasting approximately 2 years. During this time, they participate in the basic astronaut candidate training program, designed to develop the knowledge and skills required for a formal mission training. Preparing astronauts for their space mission is a complex process. Each astronaut must be trained for pre-launch, the mission itself, and the post-flight processes. This often includes medical tests, physical training, extra-vehicular training, rehabilitation process, and training on experiments they will carry out during their stay in space. Like the space program, there are many special skill sets needed for an HVAC company to succeed. Developing the capabilities of your team to perform is management's #1 mission. For businesses to achieve goals, you should understand 5 fundamental aspects of your business. #1, the company culture. #2, skill sets of your team. #3, the reward system. #4, systems and processes. And #5, the customer experience. These needs can be visualized through the HVAC business cycle. Being an option, this is where your customer reaches out to you. Call conversion, the appointment being made. Diagnostic ability, or your ability to solve problems and identify them. Solution knowledge, how you present the solutions to your customers. Making solutions affordable and being compensated for the services you perform. Customer retention, or your customer lifetime value. And the customer experience, your marketing and branding strategy. Let us see how our companies perform when it comes to people development.
Hey everybody, this is Clay Howard, Director of Sales at CI Web Group. We wanted to provide a quick update on the 4 dealers that are participating in the Accelerated HVAC Success Program. Our first dealer is found down in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. It's Picture Rocks. Now, right when this episode and season started, Picture Rocks had just hired a marketing team and taken their new website live. They're in a long-term contract, but they're really happy with their provider, the new website, and the progress thus far. Therefore, they decided not to participate in our marketing services at this time. The interesting thing, though, is every website, even new websites that we build, there's always room for improvement. So our team provided the owners with a list of suggestions that our marketing and web teams felt would assist with increased engagement as well as conversions. And we'll continue to make sure that we're available for any additional consultation if needed. Our next dealer is down in Florida, RJ Kilty. They handle Central and West Florida. Again, another dealer that by the time this season started, they had already invested a lot of time and money into this new website. They asked our marketing team, though, to provide a quick analysis of their site, and we did so. And we found that there's some changes that could be made with regards to SEO or search engine optimization. It's interesting to note that when you go to Google and you type in AC replacement Newport Richey, Florida, which is where they're located, they're not necessarily on page 1, or not necessarily, they actually aren't on page 1. Actually, you have to go to page 4, and that's where if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's RJ Kilty. Now, none of us, me included, do a search on Google like what I just did, and we scroll down to the bottom and pick page 4, 5, or 6, right? That's never what we do. We want to make sure that they're on page 1 of Google for all of the different services that they offer. So our marketing team is working with them. We're implementing a new search engine optimization plan so that will assist with their rankings that are on pages 2 through 4. It will address issues with backlinks, and it will update any poor metadata so that when folks are in their markets and they start searching for any of their related services, RJ Kilty's on page 1 and they're an option. Our third dealer is Paramount. They're located up in Columbus, Ohio. Paramount was another dealer that had already spent a lot of time and money on this new website, which had actually just gone live not too long before this season started. Because of the structure of their site and other factors, it was best for us not to try to make any changes or anything to their existing site. But after much brainstorming, our marketing and web teams decided to launch the first fully e-commerce website that we've done on the Accelerated HVAC Success Program. And so that's what this site is, right? This is a work in progress. It's not live just yet, but the new website has been built out to be a simple yet effective lead generation and conversion tool. Once the new site's live, we'll be leveraging our e-commerce SEO to drive new leads to this website where folks will be able to shop for what they're looking for, get an estimate, as well as schedule service. And it's interesting to note that local SEO and e-commerce SEO are very different, right? Local SEO focuses on services within a city, whereas e-commerce SEO focuses on products within a specific region. So oftentimes there's less competition for products compared to services. So the implementation of schematic markup along with the addition of a target keyword is going to allow for rankings on page 1 for their e-commerce services over time. So even though we're not replacing their primary website, we're still really, really excited about the opportunities and the progress with their e-commerce site. We'll keep you updated once the new one's ready to go and once it's ready to go live. And then our fourth dealer that's in the program, that's Bruins. They're located up in beautiful Alberta, Canada. They're taking advantage of all the different services that we offer. They're getting a custom brand new website along with all the bells and whistles for content, search engine optimization, backlinks, integrated financing, scheduling service online, all of those different tools. When we analyzed their existing website, we found that there were a lot of technical errors that prevented it from being found online, as well as it taking too long for certain pages to load. Now, if you're like me, if I go and click on something on a website and it takes a month of Sundays kind of for that page to load, it takes too long for that page to load, I hit the back button and I go back and I look for something else. And so there was the potential that they were missing opportunities for customers that, it was taking too long for certain pages to load on their website. So the cool thing is though, our marketing team, all of our 12-step fast track marketing plans include not only a new site, but of course, all of the technical aspects, which will address pages that are slow to load, any backlink issues, any metadata issues. So this is an example of their work in progress on their new website. And of course, you can see the branding, the theme, the colors, we carry those over to the new site, but it's a fresh look. It's on WordPress. And something else that's exciting too, with regards to Bruins that we're really excited about, is where they're located, right? They're between Edmonton and Calgary. So they're in a less competitive market. So dealers that are out there that are watching these episodes and staying tuned, keep an eye on Bruins Plumbing and Heating, because they're going to be an excellent example of a dealer that's in a rural market and the wonderful progress to anticipate and expect as a result. So you may have noticed that the common denominator in all of our US-based clients is that all of them were in existing contracts. The key takeaway from this update, keep an eye out or perhaps try to stay away from anything that's long-term when it comes to marketing online. Month to month is always the way to go because that gives you the flexibility to be in control of where you spend your hard-earned money and or accrual funds so that you're in a spot where you can receive the most value for your marketing budget. As you may already know, here at CI Web Group, we have a love us or leave us type mentality, and you own your site and you own the content. So those are things to keep in mind as you start thinking and strategizing for your marketing budget for 2022. Well, that's all the time we have for this particular update. Stay tuned for the next episode, in the Accelerated HVAC Success Program.
Other than our call-out fee, I really don't want anybody to be giving out pricing over the phone, because then the only differentiation is price, right? So duct cleaning, for example, was when we started out duct cleaning initially, we were giving out those rates over the phone, and our close ratio was very, very low. When we stopped doing that and we started sending somebody out to meet with the clients and go through things and show how we do things and all of those things, our close ratio went up substantially because we were able to show that value. And now all of a sudden it wasn't just a number that the people are comparing to, right?
For decades, the HVAC industry has mainly focused on two things: repairing equipment to keep it running and replacing equipment when it reaches the end of its useful life. Of course, this approach is completely driven by extreme weather conditions. Why? Because HVAC equipment doesn't break down when it's not running during mild weather months. When it's super hot or super cold outside, the phones ring right off the hook, and we never have enough people or product to get all the work done. But when it's comfortable outside, the phones stop ringing and our crews are left underemployed, costing us lots of hard-earned money. According to numerous studies, the typical ducted HVAC system only delivers 57% of the heating and cooling equipment's capacity into the structure. That's 57%, a failing grade in any walk of life. Even if HVAC equipment is sized properly, when the rest of the system fails to do its job, customers commonly complain about uncomfortable rooms, noisy system operation, dust all over the place, unreliable equipment, and high utility bills. It's hard to earn 5-star reviews when customers have unresolved complaints like this, isn't it? So what's a hardworking HVAC contractor supposed to do? For starters, you should look into what Goodman Strategic Alliance partner National Comfort Institute has to offer. At National Comfort Institute, we truly believe that everyone deserves to live and work in a safe, healthy, comfortable, and energy-efficient indoor environment. That's why we offer a series of HVAC system performance certification programs designed to help professional contractors identify and profitably fix common problems that typically go unresolved. We teach you how to use the right measurement tools and methods to test, diagnose, and improve the whole indoor comfort system, not just the HVAC equipment. The whole HVAC system includes all components, from grills and registers all the way back to the equipment and everything in between. For almost 3 decades, National Comfort Institute has helped HVAC contractors improve their customers' lives. Our motto is, if you don't measure, you're just guessing. This principle is the foundation of everything we teach. Proper measurements expose the truth about the HVAC system operation and helps you provide real solutions for your customers. So how do you get started? Attend one of NCI's exclusive HVAC system performance certification training events to begin your transformation from a typical HVAC tradesman to a professional HVAC craftsman. National Comfort Institute offers 11 different residential, light commercial, and heavy commercial certifications that enhance your ability to serve your customers and earn the income that you deserve. So why is certification important? According to Air Conditioning, Heating, and Refrigeration News staff writer Herb Werpel, for technicians, certification classifies a worker as a top-notch performer. It also serves as a confidence builder for customers and others across the industry. Each individual certification provides the recipient with international credibility, status, and legitimacy throughout their specialty area. NCI's Duct Optimization Certification Program teaches you how to deliver high-quality, profitable duct system renovations that really work. The process begins with a comprehensive evaluation of the existing duct system design, condition, and equipment sizing, followed by measured verification of real-time performance, not simulations based on assumptions. Follow that up with NCI's air balancing certification program to be sure that every room gets the right amount of air for occupant comfort and improved energy efficiency. NCI's HVAC System Performance Certification program takes your troubleshooting and repair skills to new, more profitable heights. You'll learn how a few simple diagnostic tests help you discover and repair hidden, energy-draining indoor comfort system defects that other companies miss almost every time. National Comfort Institute offers the System Performance and Air Balancing certification programs for both residential and commercial applications. How much colorless, odorless, poisonous gas do you want to find in the air that you, your family, or your customers breathe? Most people quickly answer that question with a big fat 0. Attend NCI's Combustion Efficiency and Carbon Monoxide Safety Certification program to learn how to conduct a powerful combustion and carbon monoxide diagnostic procedure that saves lives and energy dollars all at the same time. The skills you learn in this certification program helps you save lives and opens the door to new sales opportunities and greater personal income. Check out the training schedule on the GoodmanBusinessToolbox.com or AmanaBrandBusinessAcademy.com websites for upcoming certification programs scheduled throughout North America. Remember, 57% is a failing grade, and your customers deserve better than that. Attend a National Comfort Institute certification program today and begin your transition to a high-performance HVAC professional craftsman.
My name is Janet Pacheco Hodges. I am the Regional Sales Coordinator for the Central Florida region of Goodman. We had NCI here with 25 customers for 3 days. They did an amazing job with the materials that they sent in, and everything was ready to go. I just assisted whenever I could with the food and the light snacks, and the class was very well attended. It seems like everybody had a good time. So I would recommend hosting more of the NCI events in your location if you're able to, because it's good for our customers and good relations.
This class has really taught me a lot about national air balancing and what to expect of it. It's a really good course if you just want to get into the real deep fundamentals of understanding airflow and fluid flow and all the laws that apply. I really enjoy this class, and it's taught me as much as I needed to know about simply understanding AC and the dynamics of air quality and exchange and flow.
Hi guys, my name is Pedro. Brand new guy for Test and Balance, NCI first time around. Great this year, great information, a lot of good, useful formulas, math. Just get to it, NCI, we're gonna make you proud. Thank you for this opportunity, great environment.
So my thoughts on the class, start out kind of slower than I was thinking, but we really started diving into some things that I didn't have clarification on. And with it being just day one, I'm really curious on what tomorrow is gonna be like. But yeah, definitely a lot of good information.
Excellent. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. We got to do a couple of hands-on things, teaching us how to perform what we're learning with the customers. That's the big thing with me. It's one thing to learn information, but how is it going to help me with my interaction with customers? So I feel like it was a good foundation of how to start talking with customers about it, and I'm excited to keep going and learning more to be able to do that better. So I'm going to see the way I use it and when they come to me with issues of comfort, or when I come in after a competitor maybe and they didn't look for some of the things that I learned about today and yesterday. I'll be able to hear what they have to say about rooms that aren't as comfortable as others, and then actually be able to give them hard data and proof of, well, this is why, and here are some things that we can do to help with that.
So I think I'm going to use this, start off as I can see where we have some issues possibly in our own equipment we've already installed. And I just want to see if I can address those, get comfortable with it, and then I'm really just going to dive into clients' home and see what we can do in their home.
So it's critical that we understand our customers and our prospects' style. If we don't know what their communication and their behavioral style is, then we could end up irritating them, we could end up stepping in it, and quite frankly, we could get thrown out of the building.
Think about the town or city you service. more than likely there's a big whale in your area. Ask yourself, did they get that way by just taking cash, checks, or credit cards? Or are they offering financing promotions? How do the largest companies sell $10,000 systems? The largest dealer in Northern California has billboards all over the place, and they sell high-efficiency systems for only $99 per month. If you are up against this dealer and not offering financing, all the customer hears is $10,000 versus an affordable monthly payment of $99. Who do you think that customer is going to choose? It doesn't matter if the customer needs financing or not. It's the perception of affordability. The most successful dealers in your area offer financing 100% of the time.
We have illustrated and talked about why financing is important to your customers. Now, let's discuss the benefit of offering financing 100% of the time in your business. Businesses that offer financing 100% of the time enjoy closing rates of 70% or higher. Businesses that offer longer terms and lower interest rates see their average tickets rise by 20% or more, sell more accessories and high efficiency, giving them more gross margin dollars. With better systems, you will have more satisfied customers, making them more loyal, providing more repeat businesses and referrals. Comfort advisors in our industry that consistently sell over $2 million in replacement sales per year offer financing 100% of the time, and their customers use financing over 70% of the time. If this is not how your company looks today in terms of financing, this could be an immediate increase to your bottom line.
Let's take a look at a dealer who's not financing at all. He has a closure rate of 3 out of 10, or about a 30% closing rate, and an average ticket of about $8,900. That's about $26,000 per month, or over $320,000 per year. Now let's assume that same dealer starts adding financing. We know that financing can do two things. Number one, it's going to improve your closing rates. Number two, it's going to increase your average tickets. So now let's say your average ticket in this case increases 20% to $10,600. And while we expect your closure rate to go to about 65 to 70%, let's make this easy and just add one more job per month. When you add one more job and you increase your average ticket, your monthly revenue jumps from that $26,700 that we talked about up to $42,720. And listen to this, your yearly revenue goes from $320,400 up to a whopping $512,640. That's an increase of 60%. And that's just by adding one job and increasing your average ticket. By offering an affordable monthly payment and a same as cash option on every quote, you will grow your business and your profitability, all while delivering a better customer experience. We can't stress enough the need to offer options when it comes to repair versus replace. 90% of the time, this is an unexpected expense, and the closer you can get to $100 out of pocket, the more successful you'll be. If you're quoting at $10,000 for a new system, you're really limiting your possibilities for replacement. Remember, when a customer's called you out there and the AC is not working, they know the bad news is coming. In the back of their minds, they're hoping it's just a simple repair. After you've gone in and assessed the situation, you determine it's a 10-year-old system and it might not be worth fixing, you need to give the customer options for the good, better, and best replacement solution, as well as the cost of repair. What if you could say, I can repair your 10-year-old system for $1,200, or I could put in a brand new high-efficiency system starting at $97 per month. You now soften the blow by letting them know that even though they face the worst case scenario, they have an affordable option to get everything back on track.
So to sum this up, EGIA offers financing solutions to almost every dealer, regardless of size or time in business. Our lenders are all on a paperless process and we have financing solutions for every type of customer, ranging from those with impeccable credit to those whose credit has been challenged but still want and need the cooling and heating that is offered to everyone else. Just go to optimusfinancing.com to enroll and take advantage of any of the financing pathways available to you through EGIA and Goodman. You'll need a few things handy to upload. 1, your contractor's license where required by state law. 2, a copy of your liability insurance. And finally, a copy of a voided check. That's it. We look forward to getting you started.
We've been at this for a couple of months, and hopefully all of you are really starting to look at, profitability from a standpoint of net profit per hour and what your overhead's truly costing, and looking at billable hours versus non-billable hours. And for some of you, I know that has been an eye-opening experience. And it's meant to be. It's meant to be because labor is like a hotel room. And if you think about it, we have X number of hours of labor today. If we don't use them productively, i.e. billable hours, they're gone. It's not like a piece of equipment that if it sits in your warehouse or sits in your truck, you don't sell it today, you can still sell it tomorrow. Labor is a vanishing resource. So if you don't use it productively and profitably today, it's gone. You can never get it back. So that's one of the reasons I'm so focused on, okay, are your guys productive or not? Are they billable or not? If a job's supposed to take 16 hours, does it take 16 hours or does it take 14 and you pay them for the other 2 anyway? Or if it's taking 20, why is it taking 20? We're looking at all of those things to understand that, labor is this precious commodity. And we all look at it from a perspective of, okay, yeah, techs are hard to find, installation crews are hard to find, but we don't look at it from the other side, which is we have to use our labor productively and profitably today, because that labor is gone tomorrow. Yeah, we have another number of hours, but unless we use those hours productively and profitably, we lose those hours too. So the only thing that you can manage is billable hours. I'm talking billable hours. I mean your field people, not the people who are answering the phone and stuff like that. But in the field, billable hours are absolutely critical. Are they productive? Are they billing? Are they in a situation where they're taking longer than they should be? So, I'm sorry I'm on my horse about that, but I really want you to continue to think about that and, use the analogy that labor is like a hotel room. Or if you don't like hotel rooms, labor is like a seat on an airplane that takes off. If it's empty, you can't get that seat back. I do have to say all the airplanes have been full lately, which has been an interest. Travel has not been as much fun as it was during COVID or, where everything was shut down. But, it's like a hotel room, an airplane seat, that's what labor is. We have to use our labor productively every single day, or today's labor is gone. All right. So with that caveat and that, introduction, we're going to talk a little bit about what you said that you were going to do your homework review. And then we're going to talk about why I hate CPAs. And it's this comment that revenues are up 10% over last year, which was sent to me by a CPA. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to go through the financial ratios, and I want to use one of my clients that we're working with who is outside this group, because I want to show you some things. And as you get more and more and more, data that we can use, you're going to start seeing the trends also. We're talking about getting ready for fall. All right. So intangible costs are costs that you really incur in business without you really seeing them. Salesperson's closing ratio, the number of, as Marty said, the ability, we decreased one of Marty's intangible costs, whether he knew, not Marty, Joe's, I'm sorry, intangible costs, simply because we now are doing 2 tasks for every service call instead of 1. We had an intangible cost of billable hours, which is not necessarily something that is, on your P&L per se, other than dropping to the bottom line in your net profit per hour. So productivity can be intangible. Closing ratio can be intangible. Most of the things related to how your labor is productive or not really are your intangible costs. So look around, just, now that we've talked about it, you're going to start looking at it and taking a look at it and going, Got it. All right. So just start thinking about the fact that we have costs that we just generally don't see. And the reason that net profit per hour is so important because it's per billable hour per revenue producing hour. And again, labor is like a hotel room. Once today's labor is gone, it's gone. We can never get it back. All right, so let's go into the financial review. I am going to show you, this is literally one of my clients that I'm working with. I'm not telling you where, I'm not telling you who, and I'm not telling you anything, personal about this company. But I want you to actually see what's going on with this company, okay? So we're gonna do monthly data and we're gonna do trailing data on his P&L, all right? So this is his monthly P&L data. All right, again, you can't tell a whole lot by monthly P&L. Looks like an EKG or an EEG or a sine wave or whatever else it is. But the thing that happens when we look at the trailing data tells us a huge story and a huge problem, actually. Anybody see what it is?
He's not making any money.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, go up further. He's actually started to make a lot of money. This is actually literally starting to go up. All right, for a lot of different reasons. But what's the real problem?
I would say revenue to profit. His revenue is going up, but his gross profit isn't going up at the same percent.
Correct. You got it. Revenue, the line between revenue and gross profit should be parallel. Those two lines should be parallel. So what's happening? A salesperson is selling more, right? But what's he doing?
Discounting.
Discounting. Exactly. And it's perfectly evident here, right?
But that's a lot.
Yeah, I understand. But understand that we just started working together. And so now we're starting to see the issues, right? You can't tell it here, right? And if you're doing it, what he had done historically is you're just looking at P&L and balance sheet and maybe, year to date this year and year to date last year, you can't tell that that's what's going on. Once you get here, absolutely. You can tell in a heartbeat. All right, so what happens? We have a heart-to-heart with the salesperson, right? Who's been focused on what?
Sales.
Top line. Because how did he get compensated? Top line. You got it. So if you want your salespeople to actually do their jobs properly, they have to have skin in the game. They can't get commission if the jobs don't make money. And this is what was happening, right? It didn't matter what the job's net was. He got paid on gross. So he'll sell and discount all day long to get his commission, right? That makes sense? He's in it for him. So he wins, company loses. Not exactly the way we want this. All right. So if he wins, company has to win. So over the, you can see where we were in February and April, and you can see the trailing numbers start to come up. And you'll really be able to see when I show you the debt to equity ratios when we go through that. But this should be, if your numbers look like this, it should be warning, warning, warning. Revenue going up with that gross profit going up, and those two lines being essentially parallel is a real problem. All right. So compensate your salespeople, preferably on net profit per hour. And I promise you, implementing that is usually a trip. What we I think I have always done it this way, is we promise them we'll calculate it net profit per hour, and we'll calculate it the way you've always gotten paid. And the way that you earn more is what you'll get paid. And always, if they do their jobs right and they price it right, and then if it's supposed to take 16 hours, it takes 16 hours. They always make money, more money on a net profit per hour.